If I had to describe Rostrum in three words, it would be proactive, supporting, and invested. I'm not a number. I'm part of their family and they treated me like one. The thing that really drives me the most is seeing the people I love proud. Uh, what I'm really fond of is playing volleyball and doing and trying to excel in school. I think that's one of my favorite things to do. My background, so being from Dubai, I've really been exposed to a very international mindset, international area my entire life. So it's been very nice to see many people from many different nations, from the UK, from US, all over Asia, Europe. It's been nice to be able to meet with all these different nations and get an understanding of what life is all around the world, just from one small little city, Dubai. I think the thing that really drives me the most is seeing the people I love proud. I think seeing them happy from the accomplishments that I achieve is what really drives me. Like doing John Locke and becoming a finalist, and that was one of my highlights, and also getting into Boston. Seeing the people around me happy for things that I work towards is really what drives me every day. So, Boston University's unique environment resonates to my personal goals and academic goals because they provide me with great research facilities. Like, I really hope to continue research that I started with the help of Rostrum at Boston University because they have state of the art simulation tools, state of the art primary survey tools. Being able to utilize that to further my research is something that I'm really keen to doing. So that was one of the main factors that drove me towards applying to Boston University because I feel like it's unmatched compared to many different unis in Boston. So that was one of the main things. And one main thing for my personal goals was the large community of Indian students over there. Being from India, I really do want to resonate back to my culture. I don't really want to forget it when I go over there. So being able to embrace that with many different peers who may have lived in different parts of the world is something that was really important to me as well. The main program was economics and education because I think mainly my entire everything that I did that helped me to get to Boston was around education. So being able to link the subject that I'm very passionate towards to education, which is the topic that I really hold dear to my heart, was something that really did attract me, and it was one of the best courses that I saw. Being able to link education to economics, also focusing on many other aspects of economics like the business side and everything, was something that was really important and really like looked really good to me. Some of the academic and extracurriculars I was involved with was starting my nonprofit Gyan Gateway, where I provided underprivileged students with online free courses which they could use to help them get into government-funded middle schools. Also, was starting a organization within my school which allowed students from my school to connect to alumni all over the globe who graduated from my school DIA. One other main thing was participating in the John Locke essay competition. I thought that excelling in that was one of my main was a very like strong thing for my application. Being able to reach the finalists and being invited to go to Oxford University to attend the meeting where out of 19,000 applicants, only 100 were chosen. In school, I took physics as a subject because although it's not really linked to my course, it's a subject that I really did find interesting. So I was able to excel in physics throughout the year. So I was the only recipient of the Physics SL Award in my school, the Excellence Award, and I participated in the World Economics Cup alongside a couple of my peers. So I was able to reach the continental stages with them, and we achieved gold in both of the rounds that we participated in. So yeah, and then I was also playing in the volleyball team in my school as a part of the leadership team. So we won the D1, like the Division One DASA League, once, and we came runner up many different times. So over there, I was also able to excel, being the receiving the Coach's Choice Award and many different team awards and personal like self awards. So being able to have the 15 team members that we had in our team all work together, because volleyball isn't a individual sport, it's a group sport. Being able to have everyone work in unison to achieve the one goal of scoring, of beating the other team in a game, I think was something that really did help me because I was able to coordinate six different people with many different mindsets into achieving one single goal. So I think that really did help me become a leader, being able to understand how each individual person's play style may help towards achieving our final goal of winning the game. The main independent project that had a significant impact on me was Gyan Gateway, where I was able to provide underprivileged students with means to strong education to help them get into government finance schools. So I did this through online methods where I created courses myself. So I would base them off IBPYP, which is the primary years program for IB students, and then that would teach them everything that they would need to know to excel in excel in the government school tests. Additionally, I also did go to many different camps all over India, where I was able to teach these students face to face, which allowed me to get a broader, like a better understanding of what really limited these. What was the main limiting factor towards their education? Because through research, I could see that the rates of like the number of underprivileged children who didn't really have access to schooling was very high. So, which is like one of the main driving factors towards doing something like this. Yeah. So, in the John Locke essay competition, I undertook the question: should billionaires be banned? So, my like wanting to do that question was really stemmed by my understanding of income inequality at that time, because that was something I was focusing on in school while writing that essay. So I was wondering about what are the impacts if billionaires were to be banned? Would that help with would that help with income distribution in countries, or would that not? So being able to write a paper on such an unconventional topic would really help me to learn how to write outside the box. So yeah, so that really did help me with writing essay questions, because they're not really your conventional questions when you're writing your essays. They're not like what did you do here or how did this help you. It's like you have to look at you have to have a holistic view on what you're writing about. So it's not so doing such an unconventional question really did help me to understand how to have a holistic view when writing an essay. So when writing my John Locke essay, there are many different lessons I learned. Firstly was that you have to have a specific writing style when you're writing your Common App essay. It can't really be just like you writing down notes as if you're in a lesson. It has to be tailored towards writing towards whatever the topic you are writing towards, because there's 6 different questions. Each question has a specific writing style that has to be followed. So like if you're writing about something that surprised you, which was the essay option that I undertook, writing about something that surprised you, you have to constantly be on that point and not really deviate from that. So my original draft for the John Locke essay, I kept deviating away from the point that I was trying to, like the question I was trying to answer. So through the guidance of Rostrum and my essay mentors, I was able to change that essay, stay on target, and I was able to obviously reach the finals in the John Locke essay competition. So I discovered Rostrum via a friend who had also started to do counseling over there with the UK counselor Gwen. So from their recommendation, I had gone to the branch here in Dubai, and I met with Sanjog, founder owner of Rostrum. So meeting with him, it really did make me understand that it's not really just there to aid me. They will really help me. It would make a huge difference if they would help me rather than me doing it on my own. I instantly knew that Rostrum was the right place for me. So Rostrum really did help me strengthen my application, because they were the ones who provided me with the connections to professors to do research with, places I can do internships at, places I can volunteer, do mentoring, competitions I should undertake. They really did help me with finding out all these places. Like I wouldn't have participated in the John Locke essay if it wasn't for them. I didn't even prior to joining them, I didn't even know it was a real thing. So joining them and doing it, it really did. I think that really did strengthen my application. I think the main thing that Rostrum did help me with was centering my application around a central theme, rather than having me do a bunch of random things here and there, just that somewhat relate back to my field of study. I was able to center everything around a central theme of economics as per Rostrum, a central theme of education as per Rostrum's guidance, and being able to link that off to the field of study that I want to do, economics and finance. I was really able to I was really able to like make a very strong application, because it's not like a bunch of activities that are done bunched into one. It's all revolving around a central theme, and every single activity is linked towards making my understanding about education and economics much stronger. Obviously, although many schools are SAT optional, I feel clearing the SATs are very, very important. And in my first 2 attempts, I didn't really do that great. and I felt like I might as well just apply test optional because the SAT isn't really going too great. But Rostrum really did give me the motivation, and they really did push me towards doing the SAT a third time, and thankfully it went really well in the third attempt. So they really did help me they really pushed me towards doing the SAT, and I feel like that really high score really did make a effect on my application. Prior to my senior year, over the summer I was planning to do a summer program at MIT. My guidance counselor Sonia and Rostrum, they really did help me understand what I should really do in the summer instead to make it a much more productive and useful summer towards my application. So rather than going to a summer program at MIT, I opted to go around India touring and going around Delhi specific, going to different camps and tutoring them in person to really benefit my nonprofit Gyan Gateway instead of spending time abroad and then having and just doing a bunch of random stuff that really doesn't really help my application as much as doing something like this. Initially, I was kind of overwhelmed with the amount of universities that there were, from your Ivies to your top 20s to then in UK Russell groups. It was quite overwhelming to see so many universities, but Rostrum really did help me by giving me, based on my criteria and what they felt was a good fit for me, they gave me like a list of universities which obviously we helped and fine-tune towards what really did suit me the most. So that first step of actually identifying this like the universities I do hope to pursue education and pursue studying over there. I think that first step that they initiated with us was the most important one, and that really did help me in starting this whole application process. So when Rostrum helps us in programs, schools, universities that we want to attend, I think they first gain an understanding of who we are, and based on my guidance counselor and the Rostrum team, they were able to select the universities that I really do feel were the best fits for me. So by selecting these universities, I felt like this is exactly where I want to study. They fit all my criteria. They're very strong universities, and that I'm going to be studying here. So I was like very excited, and I was very happy with the help Rostrum gave.
Great.
I think initially, before working on Rostrum, I would want to get stuff done at the last minute, and it was something that was really, it was a very negative thing towards my work ethic. But after joining Rostrum, I really did get the motivation to do my best in everything that I do, because obviously the ultimate goal is to be able to study at a very strong university for the next 4 years and the years after in masters. So by joining Rostrum, they really were able to motivate me towards doing my best in every single thing that I want to do. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, Rostrum is a 10 because they would help us throughout throughout the process without any, like, it was complete transparency, understanding everything that was happening, what they expected of us, and we knew exactly that they would fulfill what we expected of them, and all throughout they were able to fulfill everything that we wanted. The communication was on point. They're always available to me to be able to help me with anything that I had to do. Yeah, Rostrum were amazing when it came to being proactive. They were able to adjust for every single issue that I like throughout the thing. Every issue that I encountered, they were able to adjust and proactively help me in correcting them. So like, I remember the deadline before the UCs were due. I had like there was this one section that I wasn't sure about filling, and it was a Sunday. So, but the Rostrum team was able to proactively just hop on a call and help me out with filling in that one section. For them being able to do that even on a weekend was like, it just showed me that they truly did care about the students that they take. I believe using Rostrum is the right way forward, because without them, you're going to be lost on all your essays. Because I feel like writing the essays isn't the hard part, but getting an understanding of what to write in the essays is like, and just starting writing the essays is very tough. So Rostrum guides you on exactly how to do that, exactly how to write, how to structure it, and they make the process completely seamless, completely perfect. And without them, I feel like I would have been completely lost. And yeah, I feel like the outcome would have been very different without them. So I'm forever grateful to them. If I had to describe Rostrum in 3 words, it would be proactive, supporting, and invested. Because I'm not a number. I'm part of their family, and they treated me like family. So Some of the activities I did in the field of finance and economics were working with underprivileged children to help them with literacy courses, then helping with financial literacy for blue-collar workers in the UAE. I also worked at one of the biggest banks in the UAE as a data analyst for the real GDP, where I helped them with a model that predicted the real GDP in the UAE for the next 8 years using Python and Java. So over there, I was able to show my interdisciplinary skills in economics and in computer science, which is a subject I take in IVDP. So yeah, and another one that I worked on was my was GAM Gateway, where I provided the courses. So that was an effort to create educational reforms, which is a form of supply side policy towards aiding, uh, towards helping shift the supplies, the aggregate supply in the economy in the Indian economy. I worked with Bank in their data science team. So I worked under a team of six people where I understood the ins and outs of data analysis in that has to be done in a bank. So the main thing that I learned from them was learning how to use coding in Python and Java to understand data without you actually having to analyze on your own. So being able to employ uh, code to your advantage to be able to analyze data in a way that might take you like days or weeks possibly in a span of like 2 3 hours is was something that really benefited me and helped me understand how I can achieve efficiency in the business world and how it's achieved in such large firms that they have to find ways to cut down time taken to do such tasks to be able to do other things that that also may have like high importance. If I had to give advice to younger students aiming for top universities, it would be start early. I made the mistake of starting around grade 10, so year 11. But I feel like if you started a year earlier, so grade 9, year 10, it would be much more beneficial towards your understanding of what you want to study. So if you're able to nail down exactly what you want to study and where, you'll be able to start focusing on achieving that goal and focusing on gaining as much information and everything that you should know before you start your applications towards them. Exactly what you should be doing, what activities you should be doing, what programs you should be doing, and everything. It'll all just fall in place and it'll make your journey towards that end goal much easier. So, yeah, that is my final advice.
Shaunak basically surprised me. I mean, honestly, I thought he was very immature, whether he would be able to, go through the journey. I thought he needed a lot of hand holding and stuff, but to be honest, Shaunak completely surprised me. He really worked hard, and I'm super proud of him. I mean, he changed completely, it's thanks to Rostrum that they really guided him well. And completely changed him. He was a changed person altogether. And what really made me proud was his initiative of this payment gateway. I mean, every time that he would come with us to Delhi, he would go out and play. He would always be, when our, my helpers in India would come with their children, he was always, sitting down with them, understanding what they were doing. And I did not really, I couldn't even comprehend that what was going up in his mind and how he came up with this whole payment, this whole gateway, GAM gateway. And that made me really super proud because he got recognized by the Delhi government also for his initiative, and that really made me. I thought that my son really contributed to India, where we are really away from. So that really made me proud. I think the number one thing is to stay calm. I wish I knew it before. I was always hyper. I was always, getting worried, and I was always anxious through the journey. But the 2 years, working with Rostrum made me calm. The whole journey. I mean, in fact, the guidance made the whole process very stress free. But I would really say, tell all the parents, please be calm, focused, and let the kids now know what they want to do. So basically, trust them, and I think that's going to be the best for the parents to follow. Uh, I think I left everything to Rostrum. I didn't question them at all. One thing was that I wasn't, like I was up to date with Shaunak, what he was doing. If we would talk more often. If there were any challenges or if there were any issues that he was facing, we would work it out together. Of course, with Rostrum guiding us in everything. So if in case we would talk quite often to Shaunak if he was facing any challenges, any issues, we would discuss it over and obviously seek Rostrum to guide us and all that.